In the first lesson, you learned how to find three major chords from the scale key of D major. Those are the major chords D major, G major, and A major. You learned how to play them all in what's called the root position with the name of the chord in the lowest pitch. You then had the opportunity to play along with the tune Whiskey Before Breakfast with every chord in the root position. I hope you didn't find that too satisfying. It's a pretty clunky way to play everything, jumping around like that. But there is a better way to play it by using what's called chord inversions. What's an inversion? Well, for example, let's take in English language the letter C-A-T, spell cat. If we take the letter C and move it from beginning to the end, so it's A-T-C, it no longer spells cat. But music is different. In music, we have the spelling of a D major chord, D, F sharp, A. If we take this lowest note D and move it up an octave, we now have F sharp, A, D, and it's still a D major chord. D is still the root, F sharp is still the third, A is still the fifth, and it's still a major quality. It's still a D major chord. This is called the first inversion of that chord. You can see what we call an inversion. Lowest went to the highest. Well, we can do that one more time. If we take the F sharp and move it up an octave, there we now have A, D, F sharp. Still a D major chord. This is the second inversion. Root position, first inversion, second inversion. So now we have three ways to play a D major chord. Well, let's take a look at the G major chord. We have the spelling G, B, D for a G major chord. If we take the G, move it up an octave, we now have B, D, G. That's still a G major chord. This is the first inversion of a G major chord. Putting the B up top, we have D, G, B. This is the second inversion of a G major chord. We can play that down here too. We play it all over the place. We have one more chord. A major chord is A, C sharp, E. Take the A, move it up an octave. So we now have C sharp, E, A. This is the first inversion of an A major chord. Move it one more time, E, A, C sharp. This is the second inversion of an A major chord. You now have three different ways to play your three chords. 9 chords. Wow, our repertoire just expanded immeasurably. Not immeasurably. So you learn these chords, so what? So you can use these inversions of chords to accomplish what's called good voice leading. A voice refers to each individual note of the chord as if a human being was singing it. We use that term to specify the individual note. Good voice leading means as you move from one chord to another, moving the least necessary distance to accomplish the new chord. Let's say, for instance, we're going to go from a D major chord in root position, D, F sharp, A. We're going to go to the G major chord. Well, D is G, B, D. There's a D in both of those chords. Let's keep the D constant down here, okay? Well, we need a G. We've got an F sharp right now. If we move that just a half step up, we now accomplish our G. We've got an A here from the A major chord. If we move that up a whole step to B, we now have D, G, B, and you'll recall that's the second inversion of a G major chord. We moved from a D major chord in root position to a G major chord in second inversion. You're going to do that a lot in your music, moving from a 1 chord to the 4 chord. And you likewise move from the 4 chord back to the 1 chord, just reversing what you just did. Let's take a look at A. A is the 5 chord in our key of D major. We have D, F sharp, A. An A chord is A, C sharp, E. We have a common A note between them. Let's keep that the same. Okay, we have a D. Let's move that down just a half step to the black note down here. And when you do that, you may need to move your hand into the keyboard a bit this way, into the keyboard. Notice I have to do that to get my thumb up there and do that. Where was I? Okay, we have A, and we move our F sharp down to this E key down here. Now we have C sharp, E, A. This is the first inversion of an A major chord, first inversion of the 5 chord in the key of D major. And back to D, just reverse everything we did. You will go from 1 to 5 and 5 to 1 in just about everything you play in every style of music. That is just inherent, it is intrinsic, it is embedded in our Western style of music.